It was dramatic.
Reaction from Sheriff Dan Springer regarding the difference between two administrations and the two borders.
The spigot was turned off. And I guess that's where the frustrating thing is like, what happened? And no laws have changed. There really hasn't been any significant changes in laws. There's some executive orders and things, but I think we're just enforcing the laws that are currently on the books.
Last year, we reported that the detention center was seeing more and more people being placed on ICE holds. At the time, there were 6 individuals with ICE holds, equating to about 3% of the jail population. Today, there are 17 people with ICE holds, which makes up about 10% of the detention center population.
We are seeing, more arrests of people that are here illegally, for sure. But on the same side, I think that some of the ICE holds are just, ICE is actually having the opportunity to do their job as they expect themselves to do. They may not have put a hold on someone because there was no action after that. So not surprised that we might have had someone that was here illegally and just not having holds being placed on them.
So what is the process?
If someone is ultimately arrested on some kind of criminal behavior, it could be a DUI or disorderly or an assault or you name it, they then go to our detention center. They get booked in, and during that booking process, if someone does not match up with their social security numbers, or they already have a federal ID number, or it's not really registering that the person they say they are is who they are, or they don't have an ID, then there's more work being done to try to actually identify the person that's there.
At that point, ICE is notified, and they decide whether the person is placed on an ICE hold, and they continue to work to identify the individual.
The ICE detainer is just a 72-hour hold, but it doesn't take effect until the person's released. Currently, ICE has been very reactive. If we have ICE holds, they're coming down and doing their removals.
Sheriff Springer notes that initial charges can run the gambit from DUI to disorderly, but when it comes to significant felony cases, such as deliberate homicide, the individual will likely be adjudicated here in the United States.
If they get found guilty and sentenced, they're going to have to serve their time. So that process is a little bit different. There may be an ICE hold put on them, but obviously they're not being released. And so if they were to somehow bond out, that ICE hold would take effect.
And if ICE takes custody of the person, that doesn't mean that the charges are dropped for serious or for lesser crimes. Sheriff Springer tells me that the charges will stay in place, but if they are taken into custody by ICE, they likely won't be making their court dates, and ultimately a warrant will be issued. Meaning, if they return to the U.S. legally or illegally, they could be arrested on that warrant. Sheriff Springer reiterates that Gallatin County is a safe community to live in and leaves us with this important message about the role of local law enforcement and illegal immigration.
It's important to recognize that, our goal is not out there looking for illegal immigrants. That is not in our job description. Our job description is to work with our community. We work on the issues that our community has determined to be important to them.
In Bozeman, Jane McDonald, MTN News.